have we tested this? Driving an electric car, it's not an experience. See, this is coming from someone who owns a big V8, so maybe I'm a little bit biased. Okay, so one of the things that Tesla, I think, did a great job of is they made electric vehicles sexy. I don't know, it's just, they're gonna drive themselves, that technology is gonna get better. Like, what if somebody hacks like the world and can control all of our cars? What's going on, guys? It's Austin with Gone at 60. Thank you guys for jumping into the channel today. Luckily today it was a nicer day outside, and by nicer I mean like 45 degrees, so I was actually able to wash my car. Guys, one thing that's really interesting to me is just how much I take care of my car, but yet how dirty it gets, especially in the wintertime here in Utah. I had a lot of paint sealants, a lot of paint protectants on there, but I want to show you guys a quick clip of decontaminating my paint. And it's only been maybe 3 months since I've done it. So anyways, I'll throw it up on the screen just for you guys just to take a look. But today I want to cover a topic that was an article that I read last week, and it's about electric vehicles and where that market's going and what GM's planning to do, what Ford's planning to do, and honestly, I don't like it, and I want to share my thoughts with you guys. All right, so if you guys would like a link to that product that I use, I've actually covered it more on my channel. I'll leave a link in the description for you guys to check it out. But guys, make sure during the winter, you guys are protecting the paint on your cars, whether it's a Dodge Challenger, minivan, whatever it is that you guys are driving out there, so make sure and protect it. So today I want to talk about something that came across and honestly kind of struck a nerve with me that I'm pretty passionate about. GM last week announced that by 2035, they will only be selling electric vehicles. And Ford committed like 20 or 30 billion to building out electric vehicles, and I don't like it. And I want to share with you guys, you know, some of my thoughts around that and why I don't like it. Now, I'm all for electric cars. I'm all for cleaner energy. I'm really just all for just making everything a better place. But I think there's so many gaps and so many things we don't know about electric vehicles, about how much actually energy it requires to power an electric car. I don't know, guys. So I'm going to share with you just a few things of what I think about that announcement, and I hope you guys see my point, and if you don't, that's okay. I would love for you guys to share your points with me so I can better understand what you guys are talking about. Obviously, this is coming from someone who owns a big V8, so maybe I'm a little bit biased, but so I'm going to jump into just a few reasons why I don't like this. Okay, so one of the things that Tesla, I think, did a great job of is they made electric vehicles sexy. They made them fast, they made them cool, and that's something for a long time that, you know, Toyota, even some of, you know, like Chevy with the Cruise, that they struggled with. They didn't make electric vehicles sexy. They made them look so futuristic that they really weren't that pleasing to drive. So here's some of the issues I have with that announcement is, have we even thought about like the infrastructure of what it would take to charge that many vehicles on the road? Like, think of how many gas stations there are today. Like, what if you're out in the middle of nowhere and your battery starts to die? I like, and maybe GM's just being like, hey, we're just making a huge commitment. Hey, look at us. And obviously they released a new car during the Super Bowl. But for me, like, have we really thought about it? You know, like I live out in a pretty remote area and they're building houses like crazy, but I highly doubt they have thought about the roads out here and how backed up they get and how much traffic we get on them, but they don't care. They just keep building houses and they're like, well, we'll figure it out, you know? And I think that's where the electric vehicle route is going. Has anybody really tested very well a Tesla, some of the newer Teslas that maybe have ran 10, 12 years? Because I'm guessing the majority of car owners out there, you know, you guys can't afford electric vehicles. They're not affordable. They're really expensive. Now, for what you get, they're actually priced pretty well, but until those prices come down, you're expecting families and people to go out there and purchase electric vehicles. Now, I'm not saying they're just going to stop supporting gas vehicles. That's not what I'm saying, because obviously they have to have a way to still support those. But for me, I just don't think they've thought this thing through. The infrastructure, like how long are these batteries good for? Like, do they catch on fire? Can it catch your house on fire if it's not wired properly? You know, how long can they actually last? Like, yeah, everybody right now is driving a Tesla, but how are those going to be in 3-4 years from now? See, exactly. This guy's riding like freaking hoverboard or something up my street. I don't know. But you know, guys, those are some of my thoughts. Like, they're too expensive. if every manufacturer out there makes them, like, I just, have we tested this? Have we tried it? Like, I still think there has to exist some type of a hybrid. Like, why can't we use more, maybe some gas and electric? Like, you know, the thing with gas-powered vehicles is they say how harmful they are to the environment, and I'm all about making the environment better, but have we really tested the impact of making all of these batteries, of making these cars? Like, because I've actually seen some studies out there that kind of contradict what people are saying about having, you know, gas-powered cars. The electric, they use up just as much energy and power and pollution in order to create these electric cars. So I don't know, guys, those are just some of my thoughts. Like, driving an electric car, it's not an experience. It's just, it's literally, it's not, it's, I don't know. It's just, they're going to drive themselves. That technology is going to get better. Like, what if somebody hacks like the world and can control all of our cars? Now, I know if you have a 2008 or newer model car, the government can track where you are. But like, I don't know, like I watch those sci-fi movies and like, I just don't like where we're headed. Now, I'm all for heading towards something that makes all of us better and something unique, but like, I'm a car enthusiast. I love driving cars, and I'm sorry, I don't feel like when I've driven 2 Teslas, I just don't feel like I'm driving the car. I just feel like it's driving itself. And like Tesla's latest advertisement, I believe on one of their SUVs, is you can watch Netflix, you can watch your movies as you're driving down the road, like up on a huge screen. Like, I don't like this push that we're making. I like this push for cleaner energy and all that stuff, but guys, have we really researched it? Have we really looked into it? Like, you know, Dodge even made a recent announcement that here pretty soon, the Hellcat, they're not going to be able to continue to produce the 6.2 liter Hellcat motor due to emissions. It's not going to happen. It's just, they're going to force it out. And with Biden in presidency, I just think that this electric push is just going to continue to push forward. And the fact that Ford and GM are committing that much money to that, I think GM said something like 30 to 35 vehicles they'll have all electric. Like, think about trucks, think about all this other stuff. Now, technology is going to prove it's going to get better, but I just don't like just saying, hey, we're all in. I like saying, hey, you know, here's our lineup, you can do it, great. But like, how is this going to affect oil companies? How is this going to affect gas stations? How is this going to affect the economy? You know, like, because what they'll do, Austin's guess, is when everybody makes all this push for electric, they're eventually going to say, hey, by this year, you need to phase out your gas vehicle. And it's probably years down the road. I realize 2035 is 14 years from now. That's a long time. As a car enthusiast, it just bums me out, guys. I'm all for new technology. I'm all for trying this stuff a little bit better. But those are some of the points that I just struggle with. But I'm open. Tell me if I'm wrong, guys. Like, is this, what do you guys see? Like, maybe I'm a pessimist and I'm not seeing the clear picture here. Maybe, you know, they'll still produce gas-powered cars, but, you know, I was at a Chevy dealership this weekend. I was at a Ford dealership this weekend, and Chevy's coming out with an all-electric Corvette. You know, how many of you pure Corvette enthusiasts out there really care to drive an electric Corvette? Change the name. It's not worth continuing down that line. Now, I get it from a marketing standpoint. It'll sell, similar to what the Mustang did with the Mach 1. But I don't know, guys. I don't know. I don't like it. But I'm open. Change my mind. Give me your guys' viewpoints. But that was just something that I don't like where our industry's headed. So I would love to get your guys' thoughts. I would love to get your guys' opinions. Let me know what you think.